You're rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy body full of tats.
Monster Energy Yamaha team rider Fabio Quartararo conducted a private test session using the latest YZR M1 machine at the Le Mans circuit, France. This test was carried out ahead of the MotoGP race to be held at the circuit, as an effort by Yamaha to improve the performance of its bikes this season. Quartararo was seen testing a number of new components, including updates to the aerodynamics system and engine electronics. Although the test results were not officially announced, Quartararo said he was satisfied with the progress made. "We tried some new things today, and I could feel the difference in some important areas. This is a positive step for the development of the bike going forward," said the French rider. This private test is an important moment for Yamaha in an effort to catch up with rival teams in the 2025 MotoGP standings. And here's the full news. Le Mans, France. Under overcast skies typical of Western France, the roar of the YZR M1 engine broke the silence of the Bugatti circuit. Fabio Quartararo, the Monster Energy Yamaha star and hometown hero, returned to the track for a meaningful private test session. The goal was clear: to revive Yamaha's hopes through the latest prototype of their flagship bike, the YZR M1. This private test was held behind closed doors, but still attracted the attention of the MotoGP world. Not only because it was held at Le Mans, a place where Quartararo has always received tremendous support from the public, but also because the bike he rode was no ordinary bike. This is the latest development version of the YZR M1, the result of hard work by Yamaha engineers in Japan and Europe who are working to restore their former glory. The machine being tested this time around reportedly brings a range of new elements, including a more aggressive aerodynamics system, more sophisticated electronics, as well as updates to the engine configuration to provide more even power at all revs. "We have tried many things. This engine has a different character. I can feel the improvement in acceleration and traction, especially when exiting slow corners," Quartararo said after the session. "There is still homework, but this is a big step in the right direction." For Yamaha, this test is a crucial moment. In the last 2 seasons, they have lagged behind major rivals such as Ducati, KTM and Aprilia. The inconsistent performance of the bike has often frustrated Quartararo, a rider known for his smooth and aggressive racing style, but who relies heavily on the stability of the bike. With this test, Yamaha seem to be changing their approach. Instead of just focusing on traditional aspects like handling, they are now more aggressive in their pursuit of speed and acceleration, 2 factors that have been the main strengths of their opponents. "I feel Yamaha is starting to understand the needs of riders in the current MotoGP era. We need a more aggressive bike, without losing Yamaha's soft character," Quartararo added. Although the official results of this test have not yet been announced, several inside sources say that Quartararo's times are quite promising and consistent. More importantly, the rider's confidence seems to be on the rise, something that is much needed ahead of the French GP, which is always an emotional event for him. Now all eyes are on Yamaha. Will the new YZR M1 be able to make a real difference? Can Quartararo shine again on his home circuit, silence his critics, and reignite his championship spirit? What is clear is that Le Mans is not only a testing ground for technology, but also a test of mentality, determination, and hope. For Quartararo and Yamaha, it's not just a test, it's the start of a new chapter. On the other hand, Quartararo, who was the host rider at Le Mans, was seen spending a full day testing Yamaha's latest development version of the bike. The YZR M1 tested this time is rumored to have undergone a number of important revisions, particularly to the engine power sector, aerodynamics, and electronic systems that support power management and braking. In recent seasons, Yamaha has struggled to compete consistently with other manufacturers such as Ducati and KTM. This private test was therefore an important part of Yamaha's strategy to catch up and provide Quartararo with a more competitive bike. After completing the series of tests, Quartararo gave positive comments on the new bike. He stated that he began to feel an improvement in the bike's acceleration and stability, especially when exiting fast corners, an area that has been a weak point for the YZR M1. I felt more comfortable with the bike today. There were some new things we tried, especially in terms of electronics and aerodynamics. My feeling is better, and this is important to build confidence ahead of my home race this weekend, Quartararo told the media. Although no official data has been shared with the public regarding times or technical results from the test, Yamaha confirmed that they will continue to analyze the data collected to determine the next development direction. This test also marks Quartararo's determination to return to the top competition, after the previous season was marked by up and down results. As the 2021 MotoGP World Champion, expectations for Quartararo's performance remain high, especially at the Le Mans circuit, which is always full of support from the French public. With the new spirit and technical improvements of the YZR M1, Yamaha fans certainly hope Quartararo can appear more competitive and bring home the best results in front of his own supporters. The factory Yamaha MotoGP team is back in the spotlight after conducting an important testing session at the Jerez circuit in Spain. In this closed test, Yamaha introduced their latest engine prototype, which still features the 4-inline configuration, the hallmark of the YZR M1 motorcycle, but with significant improvements developed over the last few months. The new engine is the result of intensive collaboration between Yamaha engineers in Japan and the European development team. According to reports from the paddock, the main focus of the development was to improve top speed, corner exit acceleration, as well as maintaining the smooth characteristics that the YZR M1 has always been known for. Several test riders, including Yamaha's flagship test rider, gave very positive feedback after trying the bike with the new engine. In several runs made during the morning and afternoon sessions, the prototype YZR M1 showed incredible speed on the Jerez straight. In fact, the provisional times recorded show a promising improvement over the previous machine, especially in sectors where Yamaha often lags behind competitors such as Ducati and KTM. In addition to the speed increase, Yamaha is also reportedly testing a more precise electronic system to maximize the performance of the new engine. The ride-by-wire system, traction control and top-end power management are of particular interest, given the importance of stability and control in the increasingly fierce level of MotoGP competition. This prototype engine will most likely continue to be developed and refined before it is officially used in races next season. But from the early results, it's clear that Yamaha are starting to find a positive direction to return to their peak performance of the Jorge Lorenzo and Valentino Rossi era. The Jerez test was an important first step in Yamaha's long-term development project, which aims to close the gap with rivals. With improved speed and promising technical updates, Yamaha fans now have reason to be optimistic about the upcoming MotoGP season. On the other hand, for inline engine completely updated, the new engine is not just a minor revision of the previous version, but the result of a thorough development involving Yamaha's senior engineers in Japan as well as technical collaboration with their European crew. The Yamaha team realized that in recent seasons, they had fallen behind their main rivals, particularly Ducati, KTM, and Aprilia, in terms of peak speed and power efficiency. The 4-inline configuration does differ from the V4 philosophy that most of their rivals use. While the 4-inline engine excels in agility and corner control, its main weakness has always been maximum power output and acceleration on the straights. Therefore, in this new prototype, Yamaha focused development on improving combustion efficiency, reducing internal friction, and optimizing high RPM. Promising performance on track. From the results of the 2-day test, the performance of this new engine looks very promising. In dry track conditions, the YZR M1 with the new engine was able to record a peak speed that was up to several kilometers per hour higher than the previous season's specifications. Yamaha's test rider, whose identity is being withheld by the team, reported improved corner exit acceleration as well as a much more aggressive yet controllable throttle response, a highly desirable combination in racing. Several sources from the paddock mentioned that in one race simulation session, the bike was able to closely track the top-end speed of the Ducati bike, which has been known as the benchmark in terms of straight-line speed. This is certainly a positive signal that Yamaha is finally starting to find a solution to the engine performance issues that have haunted them in the last 2 or 3 seasons. Electronics and aerodynamics updates. In addition to the engine, Yamaha also used this test session to test their latest electronics. The ECU and traction control have been optimized to work more precisely with the character of the new engine. The ride-by-wire system underwent recalibration to provide a more linear yet aggressive throttle response, while engine braking was also improved to make it more stable during hard braking before corners. Not only the engine and electronics sector, the new fairing prototype was also tested. Yamaha is known to be developing a new aerodynamics package designed to reduce drag and improve stability at high speeds. New winglets with a sharper design were seen installed on the test bike, suggesting Yamaha is starting to boldly pursue a more aggressive approach in terms of downforce, following the modern aerodynamics trend of MotoGP. Response from within the team and expectations for next season. Lynn Jarvis, managing director of Yamaha Motor Racing, stated in a closed-door interview that his team is quite satisfied with the initial results of this test, although they realize there are still many things that need to be evaluated and refined before the machine is truly ready to be used in racing. We are not going to change our engine philosophy, but we realize that we need to get out of our comfort zone. This new engine shows that we are on the right track. But we're not done yet, Jarvis said. On the other hand, Yamaha fans and MotoGP observers are starting to have high hopes for this new engine project. After a difficult period of less competitive performance, Yamaha now seems to be responding with concrete and progressive steps. Jerez is just the beginning, more tests to come. The Jerez test was just the start of a series of evaluations that will continue into next year's MotoGP preseason. The engine will most likely be tested again at Valencia and Sepang, 2 circuits that will provide more complete data due to differences in track characteristics. With this new engine prototype, Yamaha is sending a clear message: they haven't given up on the title race and have every intention of returning to the top of the MotoGP table.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease, bitten lips, bruised knees. I'm addicted to her, need her touching me, cause she got a bad little waist. And we tearing down this place, off the liquor that we chase. Casamigos to the face, baby I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away, cause